Hello, this is Ramona Depares for SiGMA TV. So we were all enjoying IGB Live in Amsterdam when the news broke that Esports Technologies had taken over Aspire Global's B2C offering. Today, we are getting the scoop directly from Aaron Speach, CEO of Esports Technologies. Aaron, thank you for agreeing to do this.
It's great to be with you today, Ramona.
So Esports Technologies is a relatively young company, and you decided to set up base in Malta. What led to that decision?
Well, Malta is the center of wagering in Western Europe. And our goal is to be in the regulated markets, both in Western Europe and North America. And it's really just the wealth of talent that's here in Malta. I realized pretty quickly from coming out here that this is the place you have to set up shop if you want to get serious about being in the regulated markets. I actually founded the company 5 years ago with a group out of Las Vegas. And our main intention was bringing the best esports wagering product that we could. So we really developed one of the first one-click betting sites that allowed consumers to come on and have a lower barrier to entry. You didn't have to see a bunch of spreadsheets and be a professional gambler in order to use our products. And we got 60,000 users in just a short amount of time in both the Philippines and Brazil. And then we raised our Series A this last October to really expand our offerings and to make plays in Western Europe and North America. And then just this last April, we filed our NASDAQ IPO and we raised $14.4 million, which really catapulted us to go into our M&A. People understand that the esports market is massive and that wagering and iGaming products are massive. So if you combine the two markets, it really makes for a great story to investors, and it's what motivates people to invest in a company like ours.
So you just acquired Aspire Global's B2C offering, which includes popular names like Caramba, Hopla Casino. What was the thinking behind this strategy?
Well, right after our IPO, M&A has been a huge focus for us. We took a look at a lot of different opportunities, and Aspire just spoke to us because of the synergies that were involved in that transaction. We could have gone after any, esports focused B2C brand, but what we like about Aspire's is that it was focused on iGaming, which brought a new element of wagering to what we do, and then we could bring a new element to what they do well. So not only could we grow the business wider just by continuing the marketing efforts, but we can grow it deeper through cross-selling our esports tech onto those current customers.
So you see it as complementary to the current esports technologies offering rather than taking a completely new direction, for example. It's more like a complementary decision.
Absolutely. So 70% of the customers that are coming over from Aspire are between 18 and 40 years old, which is exactly the demographic that we try to hit with esports wagering.
Aspire Global will continue running the platforms for, I believe, the next 4 years. In practical terms, what difference will the players see? As in, will there be anything that is unusual?
Well, we're going to be in a managed service agreement with them. We're going to be running all the operations on the front end and through the marketing, but they're going to continue doing the back end operations.
Right.
Players aren't going to notice any difference. They're going to be able to play on the site without having to create new accounts. And I think that's one of the reasons why Aspire was really keen on selling the B2C business to us.
Okay, so the players will have a similar experience. It will be streamlined, but I'm sure that there will be extra offerings. So what will they be getting out of this?
Yeah, absolutely. So at Esports Technologies, we're developing many pieces of tech centered around esports and enhancing the wagering experience for the customer as a whole. So not only will they get esports as a new offering in the first quarter of next year, but they're also going to gain access to our key pieces of tech like browser bets, which allows the consumer to bet directly inside of a browser that they're watching a stream in.
Oh, cool.
So just imagine for a second, watching your favorite League of Legends match, and instead of leaving the page to go place a bet, you're able to place the bet directly in stream and then neatly close it away and continue watching the match that you're watching.
Super convenient.
Yeah, and then for our high rollers, we're going to have our Hedgehog platform, which will allow the players to use a betting exchange directly for esports. So it'll allow players to set their own odds and challenge other players to see if they can beat their own odds.
So they do have a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Cool. So esports has been on the rise, pecking away at the sports betting kind of pie for quite a while now, maybe even because of COVID-19, the fact that live sporting interviews had been cancelled, but now they are back. So do you expect to see esports enjoying this exponential growth?
Well, I don't think it can continue on its growth surge because the growth has been so explosive over the last 5 years. But there's 550 million esports fans right now, and 250 million of those are considered hardcore fans. So that's already a massive market. If you take a look at something like the NFL in the US, there's only 160 million fans, 80 million considered hardcore, and they do $64 billion in wagers every single year. And that's in a market where, sports wagering isn't even fully legal yet.
Very true. Okay. So it's already big enough is what you're telling me, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. We do project that the growth will still be quite a bit year over year, but I don't think it'll stay on the same trajectory.
What are the next few months looking like for esports technologies?
Yeah, so we're going to be launching betas of those two pieces of tech that I was talking about, Browser Bets and Hedgehog, later this year, with full launches coming in the first quarter of next year. Mm-hmm. We have our esports book product, which is our sports book centered around esports for Western Europe and North America. And that's launching in the first quarter of next year as well.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. It's a lot happening.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
So where do you see the brand in, say, 12 months' time? What will have been a success?
Yeah, well, in 12 months' time, the full suite of 1.2 million players on the Aspire brand, plus all the new customers that we acquire over the 12 months, will have access to full sports betting, full suite of iGaming products, enhanced user experience on those current iGaming products, and plus the ability to bet within a browser and set their own lines on our Hedgehog product.
What about market presence? Are you thinking of expanding?
Yeah, that's one of the great things about being in a managed service agreement with Aspire, is as they expand and they become more regulated in each of the states in the US and more countries in Western Europe, we're going to be able to expand at the exact same time that they do because we are partnered with them.
Okay, that sounds like a great plan.
Yeah.
So my last question, you are also in charge of our esports section at SiGMA Malta. Can you give us a couple of scoops? What can we expect?
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to have one of the biggest booths right in the center stage, and we're really excited to host the esports tournament. But I think you can expect to see most of our executives and our VPs on panels throughout the week. We're really excited to share esports technology with everybody in Malta and the people coming into Malta. And I think I speak for our whole team that it's a long time coming, the last 5 years, to introduce some of these products into the market, and we can't be happier to do it at SiGMA.
Thank you for that, and see you in November at SiGMA Malta then.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for following us. We will certainly expect great things from esports technologies in the coming months, and do let us know what you think in the comments below.